everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play channel. This is Monpjc here, and as you can see, I'm still here at the castle. And in today's episode we are going to be doing an awful lot of building on this castle. I'm very excited about this episode. I've been really looking forward to doing this one. We are going to be building the walls and the outer structure for the castle. This is going to be pretty epic. I mean, we're talking about 15 blocks high, 2 floors, all the walls, big doors in the front here, the whole shebang. It's going to look really good when this gets going. And we're going to have a pathway out of here coming out, and it's just going to be really exciting. We've got more to show you with the dungeons. The dungeons have been expanded. They are really big down there now. And we've got a new area and a torture chamber and everything. And I'm hoping you're really going to enjoy this episode, because I really am looking forward to recording this one already. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get some materials together and start building all this area up. Okay, so I'm going to start this build off with my doors, of all things, because I want to work out roughly where they're going to go in this build. And I'm probably going to have to move them up, but I just mainly want to find the center at the start. So what we're going to do is, let's have a look. Let's have a little count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's unusual normally to be building in Minecraft and using even numbers. Normally you use odd numbers. And the reason for that is you're normally using a single door in your build. And what happens then is that this becomes the center block. So even if you build out 2 blocks that way and 2 blocks that way, that'd be 5. So you always end up with like an odd number. However, in this build, we're going to be using 2 doors. So the 2 become an even number down the middle. So that's what we're going to do there. So I said that was 16. So I want to build these on the 8th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, there we go. Actually put them down so they actually face each other. That's going to be, oh, can't even see it. That's going to be the main entrance coming in here. Now I've collected up a load of stone on me. So the first thing I want to do is actually get some stone blocks made up. So I'm going to just get I reckon I probably need a stack of those, and then from that I probably want to make, I'm just guessing at the moment what I'm actually going to need. So I've got 18 of those. That's a good start. Let's make some slabs as well. Just want to get some resources available to myself. And then I think what I might do is I just might use this other 60 off there just to make up. So I've got plenty of those. Could be using lots of those. I'm trying to remember how it is we make the, I should really use the recipe book here. These ones, chiseled. There we go. So let's, how many of those can I make? 9. I'm probably going to need all 9 of those. This is just for a little bit of decoration. So we'll use some more of those. Just make up some of them. We get quite a few. That'll do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rearrange my inventory around here. So I'm going to want some plain blocks. Not going to be doing any of that. Some stone blocks and some pretty blocks like that. Normal chiseled blocks. And we'll put some slabs in here, and we'll move the water out of the way and use some steps like that. So that's where we're going to start. Now our stairs, I don't know whether to make this the right, I guess I probably will make this the level where we're going to start with the stairs, because this will be the entrance way in here. Or I might bring the stairs, the door up a level. I might do that actually. So should I do that first? Here's me saying I didn't need that, and now I do. So no, I'm actually going to do what I was originally going to do. I'm going to leave them where they are, and I'm going to build around these, as that's my base level. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a step out here, but really making a fail of this. Let's put a couple of stones in like that, and then what I want is a stone path entrance around like that, going into our doorway. And then what we'll probably have is just trying to work out the shape of the entrance here before I get too carried away with the rest of the build. Let's just get rid of these. And then we'll terraform around here afterwards. So if I move those out of the way there, and these chests are all going to be in the way as well. So I'll have to come back and move them. So I think what we'll have is another layer like that around the front there. And then we've got this sort of nice stairwell coming up. Just replace those like that. That'll do. So that's our entrance bit. Now around the doorway itself, I'm just trying to, because I have got some sketches here of what I'm actually building to, which is sort of similar. Give me an idea. So we're going to go up 1, 2 here, 1, 2 there. And what's really going to be good is when we actually get scaffolding blocks in the game, which is in 1.14, obviously, and we can actually do some proper builds then with that, and we can actually sort of not worried about how high we're going to go, what's going to be above it. And this is mainly just going to be a frame to start with, so we're going to pop those up there like that. And then I want to come in and I just want to chuck a couple of those in like that, just to start with. There we go. So that gives the door a little bit of a prominence up there. So what I'm going to do now is build my walls out to the side. But I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to build a layer of these out to the side, like so. So we've got this sort of like base element of brickwork to it, like that. And then what I'm going to come in and do is I'm then going to come in and fill this up with more stones. But I'm just thinking I want to put an arch over the top of this. So I probably want to build this up about 3 or 4. And what I'm now thinking is I'm going to start having trouble climbing up and down this thing. So we start going to put some stairs in on the outside as we go along. So we'll start here by just putting a layer of this in either side, and I think I might do a few layers because I want the brickwork to not be the dominant feature, not quite so much, certainly not on this front level. So we're going to do something like this. So we've got a nice solid wall to the front here, and I'm just going to hop down there, and as I go along I'm just going to keep building earth onto the wall like this, and that'll give me a bit of a stairway back up. So you can see we've got this wall here. It's not particularly that pretty at the moment, the way that actually looks, but what we can do is we can start coming in and just decorating this a little bit really early on by putting some slabs like that there. And then I want to do, is that a bit aggressive, putting that in there like that? No, I don't think it is. I think that looks okay. And then we're going to have another slab there and there. That's not too bad. It's a bit difficult to see from here, isn't it, where I've got stuff in the way. Let's try and stand up a bit higher to it. That's a bit better. So that's not bad, that's like that. So I've got a step there, and I might do another block down. Yeah, I might do some more blocks from here, like that. Now does that want to be level there? Or I know what I might do. I might actually put a step in there. So if I come round there like that and pop that in there like that, that's not bad. That gives it a little bit of a structure around the side there. That's okay. I like that. Okay, let's go and replicate that on this side. So we've got one there, one there. Oh, and a step. There we go. There we go. So we've got this bit of an archway door coming on here. And what we could actually do is bring this out on the front here, like so. And then, would this work if I drop that in there? Yeah, that's quite cool. Actually brings that round, but brings that little edge step to it there as well. Don't think that's too bad. And then I could always come in here like that and like that, and I might put like a torch or a fence post or something in there just to decorate that a little bit more. So let's do the same around this side. Let's pop that in there. It just gives it quite a bit of a rigid structure, and what I'm trying to do is sort of make this look quite an imposing doorway. That's not too bad to start with. And we can probably build some bits up the wall here to go up from that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a layer of, I'm going to put a layer of brick in here like so. So that we've got a contrasting layer. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and alter these stones. So I might come back and put some broken stones in, or I might I'm saying too much. I really must stop doing that. What I could do is put some broken stone in, or even some mossy ones, which would actually look a lot nicer. So that'd be a good thing to do. So yeah, I think that's a good height about there. And then what I want to do off of here is I want to sort of build what looks like the different layers. Now from the notes I did here, I've put about 3 layers in, which is quite good. And these are alternating blocks that I've got. I think it's a really good idea to actually prepare what you're going to build. So you've got a good plan. Because otherwise it can just end up being so difficult to actually work out what you want to do. So we do that like that, and then that one there, and that one there. And then what we'll have is I'm making this very high for myself. Oop! A row of blocks that are going to come across the top there like so. So where's that end one come? That comes, I think I've got that in the wrong place, haven't I? Is that in the right? Yeah, it's in the wrong place. Grab that one back like that. And what we're going to do is I wanted you to do 3 of these, 1, 2, 3, and then do another post going up here like so. This is why I brought so many of these. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Because I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to, where's my slabs gone? I'm going to put a slab there, and then we're going to put plain stone, and then stone, 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 like that. And then I need some, it's always worth using earth as a really good material for building with, because this is just so easy to break up. After, no, that's not the one I wanted to. Oh, now I've got a piece of cobble in my inventory that I didn't want. 2, 3. Is that free height? That's free height. Right, so because earth will just break with punching it like that, which means you can and it's an easy thing to get hold of. There we go. Right, let's have a look, see what we've got. Ta-da! There we go. So we've got a nice bit of a door there going on. There's some framework around it. And we've got a nice panel of wall. And you can see how we've got these like little tiny windows. We're going to replicate that around the sides there. And what I want to do is I want to replicate that yet again up there. I think what I might do, just to make my life a little bit easier, is I might actually use these. I'll go and get some more stacks of earth. I'm going to build some steps on the inside. So I'm going to crack on with that and let's see what we end up with. Okay, so as you can see, I've done a little bit more building work here. And I think that looks pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that. That's quite nice. We've got what looks like 3 layers to the building in there. We've got the windows, the different stone types. We've got the castellation, I think is what you call it, across the top there. The front porch area I'm still working on a little bit. That needs a little bit more detail. Some torches and things. But yeah, that's not bad looking actually. Even if I say so myself. So what I've got to do now, this is only one wall. And I've got to go round and do this on all the other sides now, obviously. And then we've got to work out how to do these pillars. So that's it from the inside. I decided to use ladders on the inside. It was much easier. So this will be our ground floor. So we can obviously put another layer in here and maybe another floor in here, or have really high rooms in the top of the building, which might actually be quite a good idea. Some really nice high rooms in the top of the castle, like the throne room and different things like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disappear away, and in a blink of an eye, hopefully, we'll have all these walls up. So personally, I think if you really want to see how your build looks, I think you need to see it from some distance. I think it's one of the great things about Minecraft is this blocky world that we're in is fantastic, but you don't really get to see the vision of what's in your mind until you get a bit of distance on it and you get that little bit of a perspective from it. So what we're actually going to go and do, this is our castle, and you can see we've done a huge amount on it now. So I'm going to walk over to this. I've got the sheep barring in the background behind me. So this is going to be our outer ward. This is the area where many of the villagers will live and the main houses in this lower area. And as you can see, as we approach this, we get this magnificent dominant look of the castle up there on the hillside. Really sort of like scaring you off. And we've just got the out corner here of the prisons that are in here in this map. So what we're going to do is we're just going to walk around here, and there'll be a big walkway into the inner ward, which is the area within the castle where we'll find the markets and the different aspects. But as you can see, we've only got the front 2 turrets on here. We've got all the walls in place. These 2 areas here, but you can see this is really quite dominant as a build here, and it's really have to stand back to appreciate what we've actually got here. So let me take you inside and show you what we've actually built, because this has been a lot of work, a huge amount of work, as you can see. So in through the door, and you can see it's still completely empty in here, but what we have got is all the walls now in place with all the windows in place. I've got to do some little work around here. I left those ones out. I wanted to see what they look like on the outside with just 1 row of windows or 2, and I definitely prefer 2. So I'm going to go back and fix those. From in here, you'll remember we had a bit of a train station coming in through here. That's all gone completely now. Down there is our dungeons, which I'll come back to. But up here, this is our big doorway into this corner, which is going to be our main stairwell for the castle. The other corners I'm going to put other aspects and things in as well. But let's go up these stairs. See, this is where we've got these little tiny windows which would normally bring light into the castle. We'll come in here and switch out some of this stone to make it look a little bit more interesting. But we come up to what is the first floor. Now the first floor is going to have this raised area as you come in, because the floor is going to come down to about here. And this first floor in here is going to be about that high. And it's going to go all the way to the ceiling. It's going to have the big chambers for the library, the throne room, all of those things. Underneath here, this area between here and here is going to be barracks and armory, because they're all going to be prepared, ready to take on battle anyone trying to come into our keep. And then, of course, we're going to have these stairs behind us over here go down deeper into where we've got our special rooms for housing and other things like our gold chests and all our secret stores and materials. So this floor here is going to be very much the throne room, the living room, and then coming up a floor, literally just come out up onto the roof very quickly. So we've got a very clear view of what's going on in our world out there, and we can just about make out in the distance on the video, in the render distance, is the little tiny village where the end portal is down underneath that. So this area here is going to be roof capped off. However, this isn't going to look like a castle up here. This is a keep. This is where our king or queen or very important people are going to remove themselves from the outer ward or the inner ward, and our high importance people are going to evacuate here if we were being terrorized. Obviously, when we get 1.14, we're going to have the pillagers. The pillagers are coming and they're going to be attacking us. So we're going to need to retreat into the castle, out through this stairwell and up these stairs is a very quick access to get them very high up and out the way, and then defended by our guards on this front porch here, which will have a drawbridge, etc. But up here, what we're going to have is houses. It's going to be a very Germanic style build with wood, which we'll use from down here. As you can see, we've mainly got spruce trees around in this area and a bit of oak, so we'll replicate the spruce wood up here, but we'll use a block like diorite, but I'm actually thinking I'll probably use bone blocks to give a nice white flush walls and then the spruce roofs on top. And certainly this entrance here is going to be capped off with a roof on it, and it just looks like a castle at the moment, just as a bit of a temporary thing. And then along the sides here, I'm also planning on putting maybe another one of these boundary round turret type builds on the side. And then obviously I've got to build ones on the back here as well. So I think that's fantastic. I think I really enjoyed doing this build, and I can't wait to get more of this done. There's just so much to do. And what I'm actually going to start doing is recording how many hours I've been playing in this world. So we're going to go down. So we've got our torches here. All of this needs a lot of work still. We need to build in our stone and brickwork to finish this off, and we're going to let it blend into this solid stone underneath to make it look like it's been dug down underneath, so we can come into these areas down here. Now as we come down, you'll see I've got some cobblestone stairs, and the reason for that is down here you may remember we had this prison area which I showed off in my last episode, and Halo Phoenix thought it looked a bit like a bar or a spa area. But what I've done since then is I've come in here and I've changed some of these bricks out a little bit and changed it around a little bit, put some blood on the floor in the way of redstone. This contraption here, basically what would happen is our prisoners would come in, and we've got these barriers here. So this is a low risk area. This is why we're using wood in these cells in here. And there are areas where we can tie up our prisoners, like over here. They could be strapped to this and tied out the way. Or we have this post here, which is like a holding section. So they come in and have their hands tied above the roof here like that onto those bars, so that they're kept out the way while the guards book them in over here, and we'll put some books and stuff before they're allotted their cell that they go into over here. And this is a dunk tank. This is a very old traditional way of torturing people. So what you would do is you'd actually sit them on this chair, and then if they didn't tell you what you wanted to know, you'd dunk their head in the water and then dunk them out again. And it's a very, very nasty way of torturing people. And that's the idea, is that this is a bit of torturing for our low-risk prisoners, which are all going to be in here. However, on the other side, I was building another prison area. And as you can see, we've got some spare beds out here. I didn't have enough room for them all. We have this metal door. So this is a high-risk prison area. So we're just going to use our special wand here to open the door. There we go. In we go. And very differently, you can see we're using metal in here. So again, we've got these bars blocking the access of people coming in here a little bit, restricting their movement. But they can be, there's some spare beds there. They once again can be tied against these metal bars as they're being booked in. And there's some more over here, and we can see there's some blood on the floor where they've been tied up a bit like this, being like put in the corner, stuck up against the bars, and there's, oh, sorry, they're like, oh, let me out, I want to go away, but they can't. And then this holding desk, unlike the other one which was quite open, has got iron bars all the way around it. And we've got this grill here, so people can put things through, but our chair in there is blocked off so that people can't get in. Around the back of this, we've got a door again on the back where people, a metal door locked, so you can't get the prisoners getting in here at the guard. These cells themselves are identical to the other ones. However, they're a lot more compact. So you can see we've got 3 beds in these. So these are this is our high volume area. We've got much more prisons in here. We've got 12 different cells, and we can hold 3 in each. So what's that? That's 3 12s, 24, 36 prisoners we can hold in here quite easily. And the areas are segregated. So through here, we've got another doorway blocking off our prisoners. So if anyone did escape, they can't just get through. This end, there's a bit of a fancy one here. Anyone in this room has got a really nice view of some daylight. They're extremely lucky because this sort of pokes out the corner of the mountain. Other prisoners, for example, one in this corner, got no windows at all. They could probably just barely see any light coming through these. So just travel back through this section. And round the back here, we have much worse in the way of torture stuff. You can see this area has been used a lot more. They've actually put proper stones down because they have to clean up so much. So starting over here, we've got our dunk tank with rails where they can be tied to. We've got this rack on the wall here where we can have our prisoners dragged up the wall, and they can sort of like be like hung up here or something like that while they're being tortured. And then over this side, we've got this big concrete bed basically, and there's these tie rails here where you would lay them down and tie their hands up and tie their legs down, and they could be whipped and things. So this is definitely our maximum security prison area. The button's just hidden there. This is our door, and we could go, hello, who are you? Are you allowed in here? I'm not sure you are. I think maybe you've been bad, and we need to line the camera up just there. I think we need to keep an eye on you, and I don't trust you, so I might have to close my little barrier door here like this. I've done really bad editing there, haven't I? So that they're protected behind these bars here. It's like, nope, you're not coming in. So I've really enjoyed this. This is fantastic. I think this is brilliant. We're going to have to put some other things in here, some little ornaments. So just some things to break up the area, like some bales of straw occasionally, or some buckets. of water, etc. So let's just come out of here. As I say, I've got a load of spare beds along there. So that's what I've been doing, and I just can't keep saying how much I've really enjoyed working on this build. I mean, it's huge. And we've also been collecting huge amounts of stone being processed through here. All these chests are full up. In my next episode, I'm planning on trying to get the floors in. We've got to finish off these stairs, which are the underground sections stairs, and just start getting some of these rooms built. Because that's the whole point of this castle, is getting these stairs built so they've got somewhere for these people to run away to and hide. And I'm just going to hop straight down here again and get a bit of distance as I log off. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to tell me what sort of things you want to see being built. What sorts of rooms are in this castle? What sort of stuff would you expect if you went to a castle like this and these guys are defending it? How would you expect them to be defending it? What sorts of weaponry or things would you see on the outside? And we'll have a go see if we can actually build those things. So I'm going to say thanks very much for watching. I've really enjoyed doing this. Please come back and watch the next one, because we've got loads more to do, and I'm going to be taking you through, and we're going to try and do some other different things as well. Please hit that subscribe button. That's really important to the channel. Please hit the like button if you haven't done already. I can't even talk. I'm so excited. See you next time, guys. Bye.